What's going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a big topic to break down, and trust me, this one has fans talking all across social media. The Philadelphia Eagles have reportedly made a major announcement involving a superstar from the Buffalo Bills, and while it may not be the kind of blockbuster trade rumor that sends shockwaves through the entire NFL overnight, it's still a significant development that deserves a serious, professional breakdown. So let's dive in and separate the facts from the speculation. First and foremost, let's be clear, as of now, there has been no confirmed trade sending Buffalo's franchise quarterback to Philadelphia. Anytime you hear Bills superstar, most fans immediately think of Josh Allen, and understandably so. Allen is the face of the franchise in Buffalo, one of the premier quarterbacks in the league, and not someone the Bills would casually move. However, the Eagles' announcement centers around due diligence and strategic evaluation involving high-profile players across the league, including key stars from the Bills' roster. In today's NFL, front offices are constantly monitoring situations around the league, and that includes keeping communication lines open with other teams. The Eagles' front office, led by General Manager Howie Roseman, has built a reputation for being aggressive yet calculated. Roseman is known for exploring every possible avenue to improve the roster, whether that's through trades, free agency, or draft capital manipulation. When news surfaced that the Eagles had internally evaluated a scenario involving a Bills superstar, it wasn't about recklessly pursuing an unrealistic blockbuster. Instead, it was about contingency planning, cap analysis, and long-term roster construction. It's important to understand how these processes work. Teams routinely evaluate the availability and contract structures of elite players, even if there's no active trade request. The NFL is a business built on preparation. If a situation changes in Buffalo, whether due to cap pressure, locker room dynamics, or strategic shifts, the Eagles want to be prepared. That preparation includes scouting, financial modeling, and understanding what a potential move would cost in terms of draft picks and player assets. Now, why would the Eagles even consider evaluating a Bills superstar? The answer lies in their championship window. Philadelphia remains in win-now mode. With a core that includes a franchise quarterback, elite offensive weapons, and a defensive unit that continues to evolve, the front office's job is to maximize that window. Any opportunity to add elite talent, especially at premium positions, is going to be analyzed seriously. From Buffalo's perspective, moving a true superstar would only happen under extreme circumstances. The Bills are built around their core talent, and they've invested heavily in keeping that window open. However, cap realities in the NFL are always looming. Massive quarterback contracts and top-tier extensions for key players can create ripple effects throughout the roster. If Buffalo were ever forced into tough financial decisions, teams like Philadelphia would absolutely be monitoring that landscape. One thing Eagles fans should appreciate is the professionalism behind this announcement. There was no grandstanding, no dramatic press conference promising impossible outcomes. Instead, what we're seeing is a reminder that the organization is proactive. That's what separates good franchises from great ones. The Eagles aren't waiting for opportunities to fall into their lap. They're identifying potential leverage points before the rest of the league reacts. Social media, of course, has taken this story and run with it. Some fans immediately assumed a blockbuster trade was imminent. Others dismissed it entirely as off-season noise. The truth usually lives somewhere in the middle. There's a difference between active negotiations and strategic evaluation. At this stage, all indications point to the latter. Let's also consider how this reflects on the locker room. Anytime a team is connected to a superstar, there are questions about internal chemistry. Would bringing in a high-profile name disrupt the current leadership structure? Would it shift offensive identity? These are real considerations. The Eagles have built a culture centered on accountability and cohesion. Any potential move would need to align with that culture, not undermine it. Another angle worth discussing is draft capital. Philadelphia has consistently positioned itself well in terms of draft assets. They've shown the ability to move up or down the board depending on need and value. If a scenario ever developed where a Bills superstar became legitimately available, the Eagles would likely have the flexibility to put together a competitive package. That flexibility is not accidental, it's the result of long-term planning. Financially, these kinds of moves are complex. Superstar contracts come with significant cap hits, signing bonuses, and long-term guarantees. The Eagles' cap strategy has often involved restructuring deals and spreading out cap hits to maintain flexibility. Any evaluation involving a Bills star would include detailed cap modeling. It's not just about talent, it's about sustainability. For Buffalo, the idea of losing a superstar would be seismic. Their fan base is deeply connected to their core players. But again, this story isn't about Buffalo actively shopping anyone. It's about Philadelphia doing what elite franchises do, staying prepared. There's also a psychological component. When other teams know that Philadelphia is always prepared to make a move, it shifts negotiation dynamics. It creates leverage. It signals ambition. And in a league defined by small margins, that edge matters. As this story continues to develop, clarity will come. If there are real negotiations, we'll know. If it remains an internal evaluation exercise, that's still meaningful insight into how this organization operates. Either way, it underscores one central truth: the Eagles are serious about sustaining championship-level performance. So where does this leave us today? With perspective. No confirmed trade. No blockbuster finalized. But a clear signal that Philadelphia's front office is doing its homework, even when it involves some of the biggest names in the league. And honestly, that's what you want from a contender. Preparation. Discipline. Vision. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you want the Eagles to pursue a major move if the opportunity truly presented itself? Or do you prefer building steadily through the draft and internal development? This is the kind of debate that makes the NFL so compelling. If you enjoyed this breakdown and appreciate professional, fact-based coverage without the hype, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We'll continue to monitor this situation closely and bring you accurate, thoughtful analysis every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Birds!